We use this exact funnel to generate over $40,000 a month in coaching sales consistently. Not talking about a one-time launch. I'm not talking about a single month. I'm talking about every single month. And the entire thing runs on 4 pages. That's it. 4 pages, then a conversation. You see, most creators right now do not have a funnel. They have a link in bio and a prayer, right? But look, the gap between those two things is the gap between posting content for free and getting paid for what you know. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact 4-stage coaching funnel blueprint step by step. Well, at the end of this video, you will know exactly what to build, what order, and ultimately how each piece connects to turn a stranger into a paying client. Before I give you the blueprint, I need to actually address something, because a lot of you are going to hear the word funnel and immediately think, oh, that's for big companies, that's for people with ad budgets, that's not for me. Well, that's false belief number 1, and honestly the reason why you're broke. See, a funnel is not a fancy piece of technology. A funnel is a path, right? A path that walks someone from discovering you to paying you. That's it. Right now, if someone finds your content and wants to work with you, what do? They click your bio, they see what messy link tree with 8 links. Maybe they find your website, maybe they don't. Maybe they send you a DM, maybe you respond in 3 to 4 days, maybe they give up and go find someone else. See, that's not a real funnel, that's a maze. And you are losing money every single day because of it. You see, the creators making real money have a simple, clear path. Content leads here, here leads to the next, here leads to the conversation, then the conversation leads to a client. See, 4 steps, no confusion. And look, here's the thing. You do not need ads to run a funnel. You don't need a massive audience. You also don't need any experience in software. You need 4 pages and the discipline to send every piece of content through the exact same path. Let me show you exactly what those 4 pages look like. Stage 1 is the bridge page. This is honestly the most important page in your entire funnel, and almost no one has it. See, here is what the bridge page does. It takes someone who just watched your content and bridges them from, oh, this was a helpful video, to I actually want to learn more about working with this person. Think about what happens right now when someone actually watches your YouTube videos or sees your Instagram post. They liked it, they got value, and then they just scroll to the next thing. Gone for maybe forever. See, the bridge page stops that from happening. Here's what actually goes on the bridge page. One headline that speaks directly to their problem. Not your solution, their problem. Something like, are you creating content but not making money from it? Or your coaching business is stuck and you do not know why. Below that, some sort of short video, maybe 3 to 5 minutes maximum. In this video, you do 3 things. You first diagnose their problem more specifically than anyone else ever has. You show them what the solution looks like at a high level, and you tell them what exactly to do next. That's it. 1 page, 1 headline, 1 video, 1 clear button. Now that button says something like, watch the full training, or see how this works. It does not say buy now. It does not say book a call. No, not yet, guys. We are building trust, not asking for any commitment. See, the bridge page exists exactly for one reason, to take a warm viewer and make it a hot lead. That's its only job. And here's the key metric. If less than maybe 30% of people who actually land on your bridge page click through to the next step, your bridge page is simply broken. Now, either the headline is not speaking to their pain, or the video is not compelling, or maybe the call to action isn't just clear enough. Stage 2 is the training. Now, some people call this a VSL, which is a video sales letter. I call it a training because that's what it actually is. You are training the viewer on why they need what you sell. This is the page that does most of the heavy lifting, because by the time someone actually finishes watching your training, they should understand 3 things. Number 1, what the real problem is. Not the kind of like surface level problem that they think that they have, the actual real structural problem underneath it. For most creators, the surface problem is, I need more followers. The real problem is, I don't have a conversion system. for example. 2, why their current approach is not working. So this is where you actually dismantle all the false beliefs and you show them why posting more content will not fix it, why lowering their price will not fix it, why hiring a virtual assistant will not fix it. The thing is, you're not actually attacking them, you're simply educating them. And step 3 is, what does a solution looks like? Now, this is where you start to introduce your framework, not your offer, your framework, the system, the methodology. You give them the what and the why, but not the actual how. You see, the how, that's what you got to pay for. The training should be maybe 15 to 30 minutes, long enough to build real trust and establish real authority, but also short enough that people actually finish it. At the end of that training, one call to action. Whether that's book a call, apply, fill out this form, whatever your actual conversion mechanism is, this is where you present it. And now, look, here's the most important mistake that most creators make. They try to sell on the training. You pitch the offer. You talk about things like price. They get desperate. Do not do that. The training is not a sales pitch. The training is the best piece of content you will ever create. Well, if someone watches it and they do not book a call, they should still walk away thinking, wow, that was the most valuable 20 minutes that I've actually spent this week. You see, that is how building a funnel works. Value is so high that the viewer's internal response is like, if the free stuff is this good, I wonder what the paid stuff looks like. And stage 3 is the application. And this is actually where most creators get uncomfortable because it feels kind of like a barrier. It feels like you are making it harder for people to work with you. You are. And that's the actual point. The application does 2 things. First, it qualifies the lead and it pre-sells the call. See, here's what I specifically mean by qualify the lead. Not everyone who actually watches your training is going to be a good fit for what you sell. Some people are maybe too early. Maybe they don't have a big enough audience yet, or maybe some people are too late. Like they already have the system, they just want to optimize. Some people are not actually even serious. They're just information collectors who would never actually implement anything. See, the application filters all these people out before you ever get on a call. And that saves you important hours every single week. Here's what actually goes in the application. 5 to 8 questions. Not 20, 5 to 8. What is your business? How much revenue are you doing per month? What's your biggest bottleneck right now? What have you already tried? And the most important question, if we could solve this problem together, how soon would you want to start? That last question is a commitment question. It separates the curious from the serious. When someone fills out that application, they have invested time and thought into articulating their problem. Well, by the time they actually get on the call with you, they have already done almost half the work. They have told you their problem. All you have to do is show them the solution. That is what I mean when I say pre-selling a call. The application does not filter, it actually primes. Stage 4 is the sales conversation. Notice I didn't say the sales call, I said the conversation. Because that is what it is. Or at least, that's what it should be. If you've done the first 3 stages correctly, the person on this call who has watched your content, consumed your training, and filled out an application telling you exactly what the problem is, they are not a cold lead. They are not a stranger. See, they are someone who has self-selected into your world. Your job on this call is simple. Diagnose, prescribe, decide. Diagnosis means you ask a question to actually understand their situation at a deeper level than anything application related. What does their business actually look like? Where is the money leaking? What have they tried? What's holding them back? Prescribe means that you show them what the solution looks like. Not a pitch, a prescription. Something like, based on what you told me, here is what I would do. Here's the order I would do it. Here's the actual timeline. Decide means you give them a clear choice. We can do this together, or you can take what I've shown you and just go try to do it on yourself. Either way, you know what needs to happen. That is it. No pressure, no manipulation, no fake urgency. Just a conversation between 2 adults where one of them has a real problem and the other one has a solution. And look, Here is what most people just don't understand about sales. If the first 3 stages of your funnel are working, the actual sales conversation is relatively easy. You see, the person already trusts you. They already understand the problem. They already believe in, the solution. All you're doing is confirming the fit and actually handling the logistics. You see, the hard part of sales is not actually the call. The hard part of sales is everything that happens before the call. And that is why your funnel matters. So let me show you how the entire funnel connects. Because the power is not having a single piece, the power is the actual flow of it all. You create content. Content drives people to the bridge page. The bridge page drives people to the training. The training drives people to the application, and the application drives people to the call. Content, bridge, training, application, call. 5 touch points. That's the entire system. And look, once this is built, your content has a purpose. Every video you post, every reel, every carousel, it all leads to the same place, the bridge page. And the cool thing is, from here, the system actually starts to take over. See, you're not just hoping for DMs. You're not wondering if anyone saw your post. You're not guessing whether your content is working. You have an actual system. And the system has numbers. How many people hit the bridge page? How many watched the training? How many applied? How many booked a call? How many actually closed? When you have those specific numbers, you have a real business. You see, you can diagnose problems, you can optimize, you can scale. That is the difference between a creator and a business owner. Let me recap the 4 stages. Stage 1, the bridge page. Takes a warm viewer and makes them a hot lead with 1 headline, 1 short video, and 1 button. Stage 2, the training. A 15 to 25 minute VSL that educates the viewer on their real problem, dismantles their false belief, and presents your framework. Stage 3, the application. 5 to 8 questions that qualify the lead and pre-sell the call. Stage 4, the sales conversation. Diagnose, prescribe, decide. No pressure, no manipulation, just a conversation between 2 adults. If you want this exact flow for your funnel so you can actually build it for yourself, there is a free PDF in the description below. Go ahead and download it, use it so you can create and experience the funnel for yourself. And most importantly, if you found this video valuable, watch the next video linked in the description below, where I actually break down how to create the offer that sits at the center of this entire system. I will see you there.